Here we go again. I'm not enjoying this at all. It really is a crap boss fight. It could have been one of the best. He's got such a lot of attacks, such good ones, but it's no good when he takes 3/4 of your life every attack. So you're trying desperately to not to use your Estus. It just means you've got to try and avoid everything. So that's my reason for this boss not being very good. No one wants to fight for 30 minutes and then find they've only taken like a third of life and then die. It's good to get those 2 shots in. Only 782. Couldn't get away. God. God. So So what's happened is I've had a problem with the mic, so I've gone through these fights and for 3 videos worth, not realising that I'd muted the mic. Accidentally pressed the button in the panic to get away from media. So I'm having to record it again with the soundtrack on after, so if it sounds really peculiar, that's exactly why. Oh, look at that, what a duffer. At least doing it this way, I can give a considered opinion and not be just swearing all the way through it. Because when you're in the middle of that fight and it feels so unfair, all you can do is just swear your head off. So not impressed. Not impressed at all. Apparently the final boss has a massive health pool like this as well, so I'm not going to be any happier in that. But at least it is a proper fight. I mean, oh, might do, maybe not. I was going to say he doesn't do the damage that this one does, but maybe he does. You can time that first one, so 782. That you can get 3 hits on him in that. Actually, it's really fun to watch back. You can actually watch the dragon's moves and everything, whereas when you're in the fight, you're concentrating so much on your own that you don't really get much of a chance to. So you can see here, as from the last video, I'm just starting to pick up how to do the first phase. Still not doing it very well because his hitbox is enormous. But there you can see I can dodge things like that. Not always tail swipe. No, no. If you can get him to do that, you've got 3 hits on his tail. 4 hits there, so I'll get 1,000. But even that doesn't take him down much. Tail swipe. See, I'm desperately trying to save some... I'm desperately trying to save some lives for the last phase, because the last phase there's some massive hits and some that are really hard to avoid. So as you can see, I'm getting more and more annoyed as I go along. But I really am trying not to get it in that first phase. So that's what I'm trying to learn. I'm sort of picking it up, but you know, I'm still left with only about 4 or 5 lives for the last phase. So if I'm using 8 on this phase, that's no use. I'd have to say he's probably the best looking boss in the entire series. I love the look of him. I love his attacks, I just don't like his ridiculous health pool. So desperate to get away from that tail swipe and I just can't. Yes, I know it looks so easy and you can even see it, but not when you're in the heat of the fight always. Tail swipe. I can see, watching it back, I can see it every time. When you're heated, not very happy, angry in fact, it's a lot more difficult. Like I said, I'm having to record this in VLC and record the mic over the top of it. So apologies for occasionally trying to see where I am in the video. So you'll see a VLC's control come up at the bottom of the screen occasionally. But I'll try and make that between fights. Even though I'm starting to learn the fight, or at least the first phase, I'm still getting hammered most of the time. Ugh. Nothing's more annoying than missing the head like that. 3 it I've missed. Tail swipe. Actually did that one pretty well. Look how little life's gone. It's ridiculous. Got me 3 hits that time. The trouble with this is, oh my god. Trouble with this is, when you have a boss like this, it gets boring. You want it fast. I don't mind the big attacks, but ooh, looky there. And it becomes just so much like cheesing him, doesn't it? I know all of them are pretty much just a case of learning the routine, but this more than anything just felt like cheesing in the end. That move there, I've seen someone just be able to do that constantly. So you attempt out that. Trouble is he doesn't always. That's dead. So if he hits you at all with that shot, you just can't get out then. So unless you're absolutely full armor, full life, you will die from that. It's nice to do the commentary while I'm having a nice cup of coffee as well, nice and relaxed. I'm glad I don't ever have to do this run back again. This run back's as irritating as anything they've ever done. Oh, not quite. Look how many hits I got on him in that start, and look how little of his life's gonna actually get hit by that attack. I mean, that's a gimme really. So I'm not overjoyed about that either. So the thing is, if you keep hitting his head, eventually he'll stagger and give you a free shot, a big shot as well. So supposedly, but I can't have hit his head enough because I didn't get it. Well, I don't get it at the end. I mean, I never got a stagger all the way through this, so I'm not really sure what you have to do to get it. This was a complete change of tactic for me doing this. Going for the... Oh God, what a nightmare. Phew. I mean, the animation, you've got to admire the animation in this. One thing I think they could do is make, instead of making the bosses giving them moves like that, just try and work at making them a bit more fluid in their reactions, so they'll do different things, not just keep doing the same attacks all the time. That's the wrong way of putting it. How can I put it? How can I put it? Eventually you learn the patterns of his attacks, and I don't think that's quite... I think he should have maybe saved some moves for when he's getting desperate or something. Or just make it so that he is more reactive. I don't know, it's you can see sometimes he just... I mean, I've done this several times, hit him in the head from that same move, and he doesn't do anything different really, except he hit me twice there. So he'll keep doing the same wrong things, if you get what I mean. So this is the first base. You can see I've got it almost down. I think he hits me. Yeah, I can remember him hitting me here. So I'm down to 4 Estus, which is a fat lot of good for the next part of the fight. So I have got him down to the next part of the fight here. You don't have to go very far for that, actually. I thought I was going to do it here at one point, but he's got a couple of tricks still up his sleeve. It's brilliant, brilliant animation, isn't it? It's, how good is that? Credit where it's due. At this point I started to think I could do it, until he flattens me there. So only 3 Estus. But this suddenly was a mega move. Now that one's... and this one as well. I run straight into this, I think. But if you avoid him there, you can get 3 hits in on him. I miss them all, unfortunately, but he's a bit knackered now as well. So I go to town, but the thing I didn't do here, never worked on my stomach, so if he had done anything other than run off there, I would have been in big trouble. There's going to be a tail swing now. I'm starting to think I could do it here with three Estus left, but he hits me with Only 2 Esters. Fail swipe. Got me. I needed to avoid that really. Oh jeez. What an attack that is. Missed, that wasn't good. Oh, tricked me right into that, didn't he? He puts his head forward, gives you the nod. But then suddenly he's a mile away from you. And here's, I think here is where I fall for the dark lurker things. Ooh. Yes, I'm really close here. Didn't realise how close I was. One Estes left. This I didn't realise. That attack now causes these things to come out and look at them hit me. Oh, I got no life left. No life left, but I only need to hit him. Now I'm thinking that I only have to hit him in the head. Oh, I've got an ember still. Ah, yes, that's dead. Ah. Yeah, I got too far away from him. You can't get that far away from him. I can't recommend this game enough, by the way. I've not said it really, I've just played the game, but this game is just fantastic. I hate this boss, and I think this did ruin the experience for me, but overall, Dark Souls 3 is just a work of art. It really is. It's just sensational. In fact, if you've watched all the videos, it's probably spoilt it for you, because most of the fun is the exploration and finding shortcuts and bonfires and stuff. And finding the bosses, of course, but if you've only watched this video, then I highly recommend just go away and start playing it. It is absolutely brilliant. Despite it doing my head in. Bastard doing that one. Tail swoop. Tail swing. If you hit the back legs, it's certain to do that tail swoop thing, and you may as well. Oh god, he's tough. If you'd have told me before this I could have beat him without armour, I might not have believed you. Or if I could beat him without armour, because being a bit of a duffer, One thing I was pleased about is I looked at some expert playthroughs to try and find out how to beat this guy, and when I looked at them, I was really pleased that the commentator said that he couldn't tell you how many times he died to that tail swipe. So it wasn't just me, it was even good players. I wanted to leave in practically all of it. Some of them were really boring though, did exactly the same thing, so I cut out a couple of videos. I can't tell you how long it actually took me. Probably a day and a half to beat this boss. It was just sensationally tough. But as with Dark Souls, you just keep at it. Same with Freed. Same with the Dancer. Same with the Abyss Watchers. I found all of them tough. I mean, the first time I played it, the one that really did me was the Nameless King. Even that dodge, you've got to get that just right, otherwise he just hits you. Two head swipes. You can get a hit there, but he'll probably tail swipe you. Stayed in for one too many hit on the head. Oh, I can see it now that I'm watching it back, and it's horrible. I'm thinking, dive, you fool. Oh God, I can promise you it's not that easy when you play it. This was as close as I came to skipping a boss, by the way, this bit. I really didn't like this. And this shitty little thing they've got here, so that you can't send the lift back up unless you go all the way down. That was crap as well. I mean, the level design in this game is just magnificent. I was a huge fan of the fact that the world was so beautifully put together in Dark Souls 1. When I found out you could teleport right from the beginning in this one, I was not happy. it is only the teleport. It made me feel that originally. Oh dear. It made me feel originally that it wasn't an interconnected world, but it's actually stunning. You can see bits of the other areas all over the place in this. Tail sweep. Said that one's a funny one because you can't see him. You just see the fire, so you have to roll through it. I think that's it for this one, so we'll stop that. I'll see you next time.